I'm sorry, Mr. Spencer, but there's no Laura Spencer listed.
Yeah, well, what about Lucy Johnson? She could have used that name, maybe.
I checked both names, sir. There's no Lucy Johnson aboard either.
All right, well, you said the other passengers are already aboard, right? Did you check them all in yourself?
I did.
Look, I'm sorry, but we just can't hold the flight any longer. If you'll come with us, Mr. Spencer, so you can board now.
I understand. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for this woman. She's about 20, about 5'6", long blonde hair.
Well, let me think a moment. Checking in went so fast this morning, I really didn't... Wait a minute. Long blonde hair?
Right.
About 20.
Yes.
Very attractive?
Very, very attractive.
I think there is a passenger fitting that description. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. You recall her?
I'm not sure.
Look, if this lady you're interested in is on the plane, you'll see her yourself in just a moment. Now, I'm sorry, but we just can't hold the flight any longer if you don't want to get left behind. So will you please come with us, Mr. Spencer?
Yeah, can I take a look at the manifest?
Mr.
No,
Spencer,
sir,
we just
sorry.
can't wait. Now, please come with us. We'll take it out to the plane.
Have a nice flight, Mr. Spencer.
You know, Laura, either you're very brave or exceedingly stupid. Which is it?
Neither. But I'm not going to let anything or anyone stand in my way until I know what's happened to my sister.
You know, I admire that. Loyalty is an admirable trait in anyone, even someone so foolhardy as you. I guess we can assume you don't trust me, Laura. But in this instance, you have no choice. I give you my word, I have done nothing to Luke or to your sister.
But you're just insane.
If I'm considerate enough to enlighten you, please don't interrupt. I have removed Luke. Removed him, my dear. Nothing more and nothing less.
I don't know what that means.
I'm about to tell you. As you know, Luke Spencer and his friends, your sister included, have been observing our activities. Observing with increasing intensity, I might add. And surely you realize that's intolerable. It makes it literally impossible to proceed with our plans. So, I got their attention diverted.
Look, I don't know what that means either.
If you give me your attention, you will. I promise. I have done precisely what I said. I have created a diversion to take their attention away from us. That and nothing else.
I don't believe it. I know my sister. And she's so worried about me that she won't give up the same way that Luke is worried about his own wife.
Yes, I assume that. In fact, Jackie's interest in finding you and Luke's desire to find his wife were basic to my plan.
Well, it's got to be something really incredible to keep Jackie from looking for me.
Oh, quite incredible. Which is exactly what I provided for them.
What?
For the first time, I'm beginning to see some of the qualities in Laura you find so attractive. To say the least, my dear, you are tenacious. So, you want to know how I diverted their attention, do you?
Yes, I do.
Very well. Listen closely, my child, and I'll tell you.
Back there said all the other passengers are on board.
That's right. I told you we've been delaying takeoff waiting for you. Go right on in, Mr. Spencer.
buttons.
Oh, good Lord, I can't believe it. It looks so real. I almost want to reach out and touch her.
I gather you're impressed.
Impressed? Gosh, I never knew it could look this good, so real.
I assure you it's not. Although that's the whole purpose of a hologram. Total and absolute reality. You can turn it off now, Mel.
I knew Mel was working on holograms, but I had no idea it was so real.
I hope you feel privileged, Laura. What you've just seen is not only the culmination of Mel's intense work, it's a scientific wonder.
Okay, but I still don't understand how this lured Luke away.
Actually, we had one lucky break. Mrs. Whitaker is basically a naive woman, so it was relatively simple to convince her that she actually saw Laura Spencer in their barn.
We beamed the hologram right into the barn.
So you didn't go to New York. You went to Beecher's Corners.
Well, we did both, actually. Darling, I don't want you to think I was trying to deceive you. We did go to New York to get the equipment, but we went directly back to New York after we beamed the hologram into the Whitaker barn.
Okay, well, I still don't understand this.
We've shown you so much, Laura. If you still want to know more, just ask.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Whitaker saw the image of Laura. Then she must have contacted Luke.
And Luke lost no time getting to Beecher's Corners.
Which we knew he'd do. When he got there, of course, we were gone. And so was the hologram of his Laura.
Well, so when he realized she wasn't there, why didn't he just turn around and come back to Port Charles?
My dear girl, you obviously underestimate my thoroughness in planning. We left just enough clues in the Whitaker barn to start Luke on a very long and very fruitless wild goose chase.
You see, darling, David's had constant reports. Luke followed the clues the way a bird would follow a trail of crumbs.
Actually, we've come to the end of the trail.
End of it?
At this moment, how shall I say, he's embarked on a journey, a long journey, and I assure you he will not be back for a very long time.
Oh, good Lord, how do I ask this? Is Jackie with him?
No, honey, she's not.
She's quite all right, I promise you. But I'm sure you realize how my plan affects her. With Luke vanished into thin air, and I mean that quite literally, Jackie and Luke's friend, Robert Scorpio, will be totally occupied with finding Luke.
Which they won't, and that means they will be busy for a very long time.
Well, how can you be so sure they won't find Luke?
Because he will be very far away, overseas to be exact, in a remote area overseas, and gone long enough to keep your sister and Scorpio busy searching for a very long time for a Luke Spencer they will never find.